When Valor went inside the cave, he saw 14 glowing threads circling throughout the dungeon, and when he tried to get out of there, few of the threads started revolving around him. But before the threads could attack, the gliding sphere submerged itself into Valor, which caused Valor to snap out for a second. When he returned to his senses, he had gained the knowledge about his purpose, of being on Earth, that being the collection of key strings, through the glider, which actually was the memory core of Valor, which was left in forest by Viscor while taking him. The key strings were the glowing threads circling around him. Now being aware of it, Valor collected the key strings and absorbed them into the memory orb one by one. But before he could exit the cave's mouth turned into a portal. And before he could grasp any of it, heavily armed creatures started to come out of portal. Even though it was first time Valor had seen those creatures, but his memory core had all the information about them. And as of their identity, those were the intergalactic soldier, decides. Those soldiers had come for the energy, which was being radiated by Valor after consuming the key strings. Decides captured Valor, and despite him trying to escape, being heavily outnumbered and inexperienced resulted in his failing to do so. So, as a last resort, he pulled himself with his entire might, and a sudden surge of power ran through his entire body, causing arm of the Decides holding him to come right off. This caused other soldiers to attack Valor, but he managed to evade their attacks and hit them when he got a chance to do so. Like this, he managed to kill a few soldiers, but despite having a power surge in his body, he couldn't keep up with highly skilled Decided and got hit by their projectile and fall. When Valor falls, Decide's soldiers took position and bombarded him with those projectiles. Though he was still alive, but his body was extremely damaged. As Valor got weak, one of the key string flew out of the orb and escaped, as orb couldn't hold it in, since orb's energy was being consumed to keep Valor alive. While this was happening, I came out of the portal with an energy blast obliterating entire army, but the blast was so strong that it also inflicted huge damage to Valor that orb couldn't hold it any longer. Valor felt it, so he called me near him and took out the orb off his body and handed it to me. And as a result, his body couldn't keep up with damage, which caused his body to crumble, resulting in Valor's death.